Hey everyone, in this video we're going to show you how to set up time of use battery controls on your Fronius hybrid inverter, such as the Gen 24 Plus or Verto Plus. Time of use controls essentially let you schedule when the inverter is allowed to charge or discharge the battery. And this allows you to use your solar power more effectively and potentially generate more savings. Now, this is ideal if you have access to dynamic tariffs, or you have control load circuits, or perhaps an export control agreement with your service provider. For example, you can prevent the battery from discharging during off-peak hours when grid power is cheap or free. You can also tell the battery to charge during this time. Or perhaps you want to set up a schedule to discharge the battery during peak periods when grid power is expensive. In this video, we'll show you what you can achieve with time of use battery controls and how to set it up. Let's get into it. First, we need to access the inverter's web user interface. And I've put in 2 videos in the description below, which will show you how to access this locally while you're standing in front of the inverter or remotely using Solar.web.
Once in the web UI, navigate to energy management, then battery management, then time-dependent control. Click Add, and then you'll have the option of applying 4 different rules to the battery system's charging or discharging behavior. These are a maximum charging power, a minimum charging power, a maximum discharging power, and a minimum discharging power. Choose one of these, input the power value, and then select the time range and the days you want this rule applied. You can also stack multiple rules for different times and days. So that's also possible.
Let's look at some real-world examples. In this first example, we'll prevent the battery from discharging during an off-peak window from 10 AM to 3 PM.
To do this, we'll schedule the battery to not discharge between 10 AM to 3 PM, and we'll do this by setting a maximum discharge value of 0 watts during this window. I've applied it for every day of the week. Then I'll click Add, and then Save, and those settings will take effect immediately.
In this second example, we're going to enable charging from the grid when you have access to cheap or free electricity during the middle part of the day.
For this function, we want to allow charging from the grid, so we need to navigate to the state of charge settings, which are located in energy management, then battery management, then SOC settings. Tick battery charging from other sources, and select the option that includes charging from the public grid. Then click Save to apply the settings. Time of use controls are located in energy management, then battery management, then time-dependent control. Click the Add button and then choose minimum charging power. We are setting a minimum charge power, not a maximum, because that means the inverter will charge the battery at least by this amount during that time period. What value you put in here will depend on the size of your inverter. We recommend entering a value above your inverter's AC capacity, as this will ensure the inverter charges the battery at the maximum rate during this window. For example, I've put in 10,000 watts or 10 kilowatts because I have an 8 kilowatt inverter here. Then put in the time schedule. Here we've set it to charge between 1 to 3 PM every day of the week. Then click Add and then Save, and your settings will take effect immediately. After you've applied your settings, you can then monitor the charging in real time via Solar.web's dashboard, or you can look at historical data in the energy balance view.
That's it. So now you know how to set up time of use battery controls on your hybrid Fronius inverter. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.